Hey, Shalom Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashib, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashir Makakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. New in the gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson through the Spirit. Boy, oh boy, the Lord is issuing out judgment. We're in some very crazy times, man. This is a story stating that woman set on fire in a subway train, and allegedly he was a migrant from, I think it was not Honduras. Anyway, they're going to show it in the video. But anyway, he was a so-called migrant that's been in the States since 2018. And they basically saying that he set this lady on fire that was sleeping on a train. But I find some discrepancies with this story because I saw the actual footage of the alleged person burning, and there wasn't any screaming or anything like that. The person didn't even seem to be bothered by it. And another thing too is that I know that they have a red dot on the back of these migrants, which most of them are Israelites, that they want to deport them and send them back to their countries. So all types of psyops and all types of distractions are going forth to sway the mind of the public, man, because outside of that, New York City has been turning up, man. Okay, people getting shot on trains, people getting stabbed on trains, motherfuckers get choked out. And those subways, they carried a demonic vibe to it anyway, man, because when I was in Chicago, it'd be all types of shit happening on the subway trains, man. Okay, motherfuckers are jumping in front of train tracks, committing suicide, fights, throwing up, drinking. Those trains carry a deep demonic vibration to it. And what was so eerie about it all is that allegedly when this guy burnt this lady up, that's even if that's what that was, he was just like in a trance, man. Okay, he just had a real dead look in his face. Like he was like under some type of spell, man. And you can see the depth in this dude's eyes, man. Okay, so it's a lot of shit going on, brothers, man. You know, 2025, the Lord is already showing us through the Spirit what to expect for 2025. And, you know, Lord's will, that's a year of turmoil, okay? Economic collapse, more judgment, and hopefully the return of our Savior, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Christ, man. All right, so I'm going to play the video, then I'm going to go into the article. But yeah, man, it's getting real dark out here, to say the least. And like I said, this story just seemed kind of fishy because, I mean, I know for one thing, they are targeting the migrants, and whatever he burnt up, it appears to be a person, but the person didn't seem to be affected by it, and eventually they just died. You know, the person was literally standing up while on fire, and it was just like they wasn't even on fire. It was like they was taking this shit into the spirit left their body. Now, this video is not going to show that footage because of YouTube's restrictions and so forth. But if you want to see that video, go on TikTok, okay? Because I actually have it pulled up here. Guatemala, that's where he's from. If you see this picture here, this is the alleged woman that's on fire, all right? And if you pay attention to the video, it's just like the person wasn't even bothered by it. They just allegedly, bam, they succumbed to it. But if you look in the spirit, look in this guy's eyes, he don't even look real. But he was just sitting there watching this shit because it's a demon on him. Lord put a spirit on him to do that, man. All right, and we know that the scriptures say whoever perished being innocent, because no one is innocent at the end of the day. For all you slow bellies out there that may say, oh my God, how can you do it? Look, man, nobody's innocent. The Lord has his judgments. Okay, and if for you to go out by fire, you had to do something extremely potent to offend Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, whether we know the insides out or not. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna play the video, and we're gonna get a couple of precepts, and that'll be that.
It has been rocked by outrage following a shocking incident where a Guatemalan migrant, Sebastian Zapeta, allegedly set a sleeping woman ablaze on the F train in New York City. This horrific act took place on a Sunday morning, leaving the victim to perish before help could arrive. The incident has stirred significant public and political discourse, particularly due to the location. It occurred on the same subway line where the controversial Daniel Penny and Jordan Neely encounter transpired earlier in the year. Sebastian Zapeta, identified as a 25-year-old from Guatemala, was swiftly apprehended.
And deadly attack on the subway. Police have a person of interest in custody after someone set a woman on fire on an F train, killing her.
Police say the killer walked up to the victim and lit her clothes on fire. By the time officers got to the woman, she was fully engulfed in flame.
This is one of several violent attacks in the subway system this weekend. One person was killed, another was injured in a stabbing incident on a 7 train during an apparent robbery gone bad in Woodside, Queens. And yesterday, 2 people shot on a subway platform in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn.
The subway violence comes during a time authorities are trying to assure New Yorkers about the safety of mass transit ahead of congestion pricing next month and a probable fare hike this summer. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Rincon.
The NYPD tonight is calling cameras now in every subway car a game changer. MTA video taken in an F train at Stillwell Avenue captured the terrifying crime this morning.
It offered detectives immediately answers to questions that they had. What happened?
Officers had seen and smelled smoke and came running over.
What they saw was a person standing inside the train car, fully engulfed in flames.
They got the flames out with a fire extinguisher, but the woman died at the scene. The video also offered clear pictures of the man who had used a lighter to set fire to her clothes.
Now look at this dude, man.
But the woman died at the scene. The video also offered clear pictures of the man.
Oh, come on, man.
But the woman died at the scene. The video also offered clear pictures of the man.
Yeah, man, this guy got spirit because they say he sat there. And it don't add up because they said that he fled the scene, but it's like he sat there. You know how long it takes? I mean, it takes a person to burn. It takes a few minutes, give or take. But, I mean, he was just sitting there enjoying this shit. And the crazy part about it is the motherfucker he set on fire didn't even stop, drop, or roll, bro. They were just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like they were just standing there. I'm just like, ain't you going to stop and drop and roll? But, you know, a lot of people that ride these subway trains, a lot of them ain't mentally right. A lot of them are mentally deranged. Motherfuckers be on drugs, high, drunk. I mean, motherfuckers get into a fist fight. I saw one motherfucker get knocked over. The rail train came and hit him. That subway is a demon, man. But this dude, man, he got the spirit of vengeance on him. Because he just sitting there, not even realizing what he did, man. And a lot of times, even with serial killers, they would say, oftentimes they hear voices. And someone tell them to do something and they just black out because it's like that term, Lord, take the wheel, man. Okay, that's what you ever saw one of them Tyler Perry movies. I think it was that fucking speed bag head nigga, Mr. Brown, with the stupid voice that said, Lord, take the wheel, you know. And that's basically what he did in this guy's situation. So people are bugging the hell out, man. 2025, people are just, they're losing it. I mean, shit, going to work, people, you can just see the dread in their eyes, man.
Who had used a lighter to set fire to her clothes while she may have been sleeping and stayed and watched.
We asked the media to broadcast those images far and wide so we could use the viewing public as a force multiplier. And New Yorkers came through again.
A group of high school students spotted the man in the photo on another train and called 911.
Our transit sergeant responded to that location, met with these young high school students, looked inside the train and saw an individual that he recognized from wanted flyers that we got out earlier.
The suspect was taken into custody. Police say he's a citizen of Guatemala, in New York since 2018. Tonight, the governor praised the quick arrest, but her tweets today about additional cameras, officers, and National Guard members helping bring subway crime down have been met with concerns about...
And this bitch right here, Kathy Ho, she's a complete damn demon, man, all right? And she could have set that up just to be justified on going up on fares and deploying the military. Because one thing about states like New York, Chicago, L.A., they are highly liberated cities, man. And a lot of times this is where they push their ploy to push their draconian nonsense, man. Okay, so this can all been a whole scripted ordeal. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what Esau did, man. All right, Esau is a fucking witch. I'm not saying that this didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? But you got to question what you see now because you just don't know. But nonetheless, judgment is definitely going out. All right, so I'm gonna play a couple more minutes of this. We get a couple of precepts and
Fare
get to the
hikes
point.
and the congestion pricing toll meant to make the subway more appealing on an especially violent weekend. Overnight, a man was stabbed to death in what police think was a robbery attempt on a 7 train in Woodside. And yesterday, panicked subway riders ran from gunfire at a Q train station in Sheepshead Bay, where 2 people survived being shot, and the search continues for the shooter. The subway cameras in Coney Island this morning and the presence of officers in transit played critical roles in that quick apprehension, but still couldn't stop a man from killing a woman on the subway for no apparent reason. That woman...
Well, he didn't have to have a reason. The Most High had a reason. And another thing, too, Esau would use this situation to capitalize off it, man. That's what he does. All right? So this is the book of Psalm 66, and I'm going to start at verses... let's start at verses... Psalm 66, and let's start at verses 3. It says, "Say unto the power, how terrible art thou in thy works." Okay? The Lord is terrible, man. Do you know how bad? They say the 2 worst deaths is being burnt alive and drowning. Okay? Being burnt alive and drowning. Like, it was a video that came out. 2 Keishas burnt to death, and I think it was a Keisha in a family or something like that, or 2 Keishas or something burnt to death in a Tesla. I think the Tesla hit a tree or something like that, and it caught fire. And that's one thing about them Teslas. When they crash, it's a possibility that you may burn up in them joints because the system shut down, which a lot of people think that a lot of those Tesla crashes are done remotely, because anything that's computer operated is controllable. Okay, you can drone pilot. All right. Now, and just show you how niggas, they don't read the manual, because what I heard in the manual, it tells you how to get out of it, because allegedly at the bottom door, like when you get in your vehicle, your car door, and like where the fuse panel was at in certain cars, like if you look down on the door and like to that corner, allegedly that's supposed to be like an actual door handle down there. I don't know how true it is, but that's like an emergency exit. So in case shit like that happens, bam, you hit it and get out the car and you make a run for it. But like niggas don't ever read the fucking manual, right? Nigga get a car, they don't put the right gas in it. They don't do a damn thing right. They just be concerned with driving it, man. And then all of a sudden they in flames 2 blocks later. But it says, "Surely how terrible art thou in thy works. Through the greatness of thy power shall thy enemies submit themselves unto thee," man, all right? Because at the end of the day, the Most High is in control of all things, all right? And he put an actual spirit of death on this man. The Lord put out a death angel on him, because if you look at him, look at his face, he almost don't even look real. It almost look like an angelic, like he just got like this angelic stare to him, man. You know, like something just took over this guy. You know, like what compelled him to set this individual on fire? And the crazy part about it is the person that's on fire didn't even stop, drop, and roll. He just sat there and burnt to death. Like, you know, you on fire, you gonna be rolling around and shit. You know, you're gonna be trying to get the fire off you. You see? But crazy freaking world. And what are the chances that he's from Guatemala, right? Something that they can capitalize on. Well, we gotta be justified on getting migrants out. But it says, so far the identity of the murdered woman is unknown, while the authorities have begun investigations into the reasons that led to the migrant to burn the woman alive. And that's judgment, man. And it says, and a woman's body was removed from the subway facilities around 1 o'clock in the afternoon and taken to a forensic ambulance, although her identity has not yet been revealed. But it says days earlier, the New York City government announced that it was deploying an additional 250 National Guard members in New York. See, and that's another thing to justify on martial law. As we found out, too, that basically they have revised orders that they can open up on United States citizens, man, which a lot of them ain't going to want to do that. But still, you know, you get out of line, they can pop your top. But it says in the showing that each car is equipped with security cameras. It says New York Governor Kathy Hochul said the measure has reduced crime in the subway by 10%, which she's a fucking demon. All right, that blood-drinking, child-sacrificing fucking witch, she's a damn demon. All right, it would have been better if that was her fucking burning alive. And you elites, you getting ready to catch it. All right, because this is just a small example as to the punishment that the Most High is going to bring to this place. Because, look, this is a precursor to what's getting ready to happen to the inhabitants of Babylon. Most of you people here are getting ready to get burnt up, man, on fire because of your wicked ways. You see? But it says, and all the earth shall worship thee, and shall sing unto thee, and they shall bring singing to thy name, Salah. But come and see the works of Yahweh. He is terrible in doing towards the children of men, man. Okay? So the Lord, man, he's terrible. He don't play games, man. The Lord bringeth judgment. As the Lord said that he delight in his judgments, man. All right? In fact, let's look up fire. Fire judgment. Judgments. Judgment comes up 125 times in the King James Bible. It's Proverbs 19:29. Judgments are prepared for scorners and stripes for the backs of fools, right? Okay? Like we said, nobody perish innocent. Okay? Psalms 119 and 120, it says, my flesh trembled for the fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgments. Hell yeah, because you see something like that. That's random. Like back in the day, they used to have what they call acid attacks, man. And somebody walking down the street and a nigga throw a bowl of acid in your goddamn face. And before you know it, man, you looking, you are looking like a fucking goddamn crunched up Cabbage Patch Kid, man. You know, like, prime example, if y'all brothers saw that movie called The Terrifier, that female Terrifier with her face melted off, that's, hey, people was getting hit with, hey, acid was big in them days, especially if you got a beef with a woman and she thinks you're prettier than her, or she got a type of semblance that you popping her, man. Hey, shit, throw some fucking acid in your face. And Keisha was big on that, throwing acid at bitches, man. But that's scary, knowing that somebody could just set your ass on fire. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody run you off the road. All types of craziness, man. This is why we got to stay prayed up. Ephesians, the 6th chapter. All right, this ain't a normal world we living in. This world is all kinds of messed up. All right, and people just going to wax worse and worse. All right, and this is the picture of the guy. You know, got the Buzz Lightyear haircut. You know what I'm saying? Which he was probably under some type of MK Ultra or some shit. And they probably set that guy up to do something heinous like that, to be justified on grabbing these illegals up when they the ones that sent these motherfuckers over here. You know, but that's neither here nor there. You know, I have no proof of that. But regardless, Sirach 39, and I'm going to start at verses 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, and he was a spirit created for vengeance, which in fury lay on sore strokes. It says, in a time of their destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Okay, because this is the wrath of the Most High. Okay, all contrary to popular opinion, God ain't all good, as you dumb Christians would say. God is good every day. Okay, the scripture just said that the Lord is a terrible power, man. All right, terrible to behold. You get on the Most High's bad side, hey, he sticks it in, and you gonna know about it. Okay, if you fuck up his righteous, if he's fucked us up, how much more you heathens, man? All right, I mean, he get at us just for going off slightly. So how much more you demons out here? You see? And it reads, fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. So you go out like that, then that ain't a righteous judge. That ain't a righteous death, man. That's the death of a wicked person. All right, it says teeth of wild beasts and scorpions and serpents, and a sword punishing the wicked to destruction. Now, ultimately, whores or the adulterers died the death of fire. If you was a whore and you was the daughter of a priest, that was your judgment. You get burnt by fire, which is spiritually, because America is a great whore, and she's going to be burnt by fire because it's going to be a sacrifice in Basra by fire. Okay, that's how you give up offering, through fire, man. A burnt offering, that's why it's called a burnt offering. Clearly, that's what that was. But it says teeth for wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. And the reason it says, and they should rejoice in his commandment, and they should be ready upon earth when need is, and when that time is come, they shall not transgress his word. All right. So anyway, I'm going to end it giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you were edified. Until the next lesson.